guys, Mrs. Homan here with another science video. This is the second of a 3-part video series on human impact on Earth. We already went over natural resources and human impact on land. If you haven't watched that video, please go back and watch that one first. In this video, we are focusing on human impact on water, and our next video will be covering human impact on air. So let's get started. Water shapes Earth's surface, affects Earth's weather and climate, and is vital for life on Earth. Every living thing on Earth needs access to clean water for good health. Fresh water is a limited resource. Only 3% of Earth's water is fresh water, and only 1.2% of that is drinkable. The rest is frozen in glaciers and in inaccessible groundwater. First, let's review some very basic vocabulary as it relates to water. An aquifer is an underground layer of permeable rock or sediment that holds water and allows it to flow. People get water from an aquifer by drilling a well. Water quality is a measure of how clean or polluted the water is by testing things like oxygen levels, dissolved solids, pH, temperature, number, and type of microbes. Water pollution is when waste or other material is added to water so that it is harmful to organisms that use or live in it. Additionally, there are 2 types of water pollution sources: point source and non-point source. Point source water pollution is from one specific site. For example, an oil spill. Those are very easy to spot. They're coming from one specific thing. Non-point source water pollution is from many small sources and is more difficult to control. For example, fertilizer runoff. Especially if it is in a waterway that comes into contact with many people's homes, like a canal system, the fertilizer may be coming from many people's yards and not one specific yard. There are 4 different types of water pollution we will be discussing in class. Each could be caused by a point source or non-point source. Of course, there are more, but these are ones that we will be discussing in class. Thermal, chemical, biological, and eutrophication. To begin, thermal. Thermal water pollution is any heating of water from human activity. For example, water is a great thermal insulator. It holds heat energy very well and can remove it from a system easily. So it is used as a coolant in many factories and power plants. If the water is run over a hot machine, the heat will transfer from the machine to the water. Recall from our energy and heat unit, heat transfers from hot to cold. This is considered pollution because warm water has less oxygen for animals that live in water to breathe. Therefore, it is harmful to the organisms that live in water. Chemical water pollution is when harmful chemicals are added to the water supply. For example, oil spills, chemical spills, agricultural runoff such as pesticides, herbicides, and fertilizers, and acid rain. Keep in mind, acid rain is not exactly like you see in movies and TV shows. Most acid rain has the same acidity as tomato juice and far less than lemons. So acid rain isn't going to be enough to burn your skin, but is enough to damage the facades of buildings, change the pH of bodies of water, and harm plants. We will dive deeper into the cause of acid rain in our human impact on air video. Biological water pollution is when live or dead organisms are added to the water supply. For example, wastewater from toilets, showering, and washing dishes may contain harmful microbes such as E. coli and Salmonella. If uncontrolled, chemical and biological pollution can seep into the aquifer and contaminate drinking water. Last, eutrophication is an increase in the amount of nutrients in the water. This occurs naturally, but artificial eutrophication is when human activities increase nutrient levels in the water, typically from something like fertilizer runoff. This may cause algae to form on the top of a body of water called an algal bloom. It can can block sunlight, killing plants. Without the plants to eat and produce oxygen, water-dwelling animals will die as well. In smaller bodies of water, those dead organisms can accumulate at the bottom, making it shallower and ultimately dry up. So how can we preserve our water resources? First, conserving water, using water wisely, making sure to take short showers, turning off the water while brushing your teeth, and installing water-saving appliances like washing machines and dishwashers, and installing low-flow shower heads and toilets. Second, wastewater treatment, cleaning wastewater before returning it to the environment. There are many ways to do this, but commonly a 3-step filtration method is used, as well as chemical treatment to kill biological contaminants. Third, reducing pollutants, proper disposal and recycling of chemicals. Last, water stewardship, passing laws to maintain the cleanliness of water and limiting the amount of pollutants that are allowed to be dumped into waterways. To summarize, all living things on Earth need access to clean water. Water pollution is when waste or other material is added to water so that it is harmful to organisms that use or live in it. The 4 types of water pollution are thermal, chemical, biological, and eutrophication, and ways to preserve our water resources are through conserving water, wastewater treatment, reducing pollutants, and water stewardship. Thank you all for watching. Have a marvelous day.